The US Air Marshal have taken charge of the Biafran territory after few hours after the fourth country withdraw after the third country withdraw from the US mission. They have now taken charge of the Biafran territory. We must understand the impact and ways in which everybody has become a suspect. But US Marshal has arrived in Biafran land to meet with the Biafran Liberation Armies for a proper discussion and what to do, where to go, and how to do it. I must applaud the Prime Minister Simon Eba for doing a job well done, because for so long we have been, mid-musing. When we say mid-musing, on the resources and the resourcefulness of what we pursue. I will say it again that this is the time to challenge ourselves, each other, in the particular lane of truth. Now hear me and hear me clearly. The big message is very clear. One thing deserves another thing, and another thing deserves another thing. You see, if we must make it this year, for Biafra to be declared in October, we must prove to the international bodies that we are ready to declare this Biafra. Now, the reason why the US Marshal arrived is that the paramilitary, the airspace of the Biafran land has become one of the most seized by the Biafran people. I say one of the most seized. The Biafran Liberation Army is very strong, very powerful. Some people underestimate the power that which we possess. But what they don't understand is that a game change has come to play out. And we're going to be doing it. Gone are the days where people waste their time to destroy other people's life. It's no longer in this point. One thing must come to another thing. And another thing must bring another thing. And that is why I say that the airspace has been seized tightly. There's not much happening, but much will start happening from next year. So let's begin very well. That's just the game. Let's begin very well. We cannot continue to underestimate ourselves in line with what we have. Because whether they like it or not, every game that we played, every possibilities that we showed has become reality. They can't even do anything. So the US Marshal has now noticed that these people are not ready to give up. How many times will you fire these bombs on us? How many times will you shoot bullets on us? How many times will you throw these jabs on us? And you expect us to keep quiet? No, we can't. We must stay connected. By so doing, everything will be made in accordance. So I urge each and every one of us to, do the accurate legacy. For where we are is where we belong, and where we belong is where we live, and where we live is our home stand. And I am telling you, each and every one of you, that the extension pro to the notice, having ourselves gathered together, we must in one voice declare this nation in October. The US Marshal is not bigger than us. They are not bigger than what we have. They're not even bigger. See, forget that we don't have weapons. But you see, the Igbos are special people in the eyes of God. The Biafrans entirely. So we are ready to take the shot. The first phase has been issued. The first phase has been issued, and a lot will be reviewed in the coming weeks and in the coming future. It doesn't matter how fast they want to play. Do you know what matters more? What matters more is that Biafran restoration has become one of the most outspoken knowledge of perseverance. No matter what it is done today, no matter how it is done tomorrow, victory has already been recorded. So let's get ourselves ready. The first phase has started. Now, the Biafran government has issued the warning to all oil companies operating in Biafran territory. You can talk of those operating in Nigeria. You don't have the capacity in Biafran land. Biafran army is in charge of Biafra territory. It will deal with you terrorists from this month. No breathing space. Mazi Simon Eber has spoken. You see, for so long, many of you have refused to take over that which belongs to you. I don't know whether it is fear or whatever the case may be. But now, just like I said before, that we cannot continue to blame the British or the US for invading our land or enslaving our parents. No, it is our duty now to fight for our freedom because it is our country. We need to be free. It's a very simple something. Very, very simple. If we are going to tell ourselves the truth. So we cannot continue to run blames on anybody or try to blame anybody. Because blaming anybody is a waste of time. What we are talking about now is that give us Biafra, let's go. Let's be free. It is not must to be in the same country. So every oil companies that are operating in Biafra land should now note that enough is enough. And now each and every one of them will understand the drums that has been beaten. And this very drum this particular drum will reach everybody's ears. So both Chevron, any company that has been illegally operating in Biafran land should be ready to pack their bags, because as it is now, Biafrans are no longer ready to tolerate any of their defaultments.
Are you married?
That's just the biggest truth. We can no longer tolerate them in our lands again. It has to be trade by barter. What are you bringing to our land? That's the question. You get? That's just the truth. So now I must say it with full chest and with full force that this is no longer a time where one should emulate any kind of disfiguredness. Biafra has come to stay, and we are going to win graciously, victoriously, and smartly. Let's continue to shine.